So next up, we're going to have this is a quick talk from Vsevolod Poliakov, founder of the UA DevOps community, ukrOps.club. They're an engineer with 10 plus years experience, work at Grammarly, Ring, Amazon, some other companies. The topic of the presentation is ask them, right? Just ask questions. By applying product interview techniques on developer teams, Vsevolod embarked on a journey of discovery, and they're going to share that journey of discovery with us here now. So take it away.
Hi, my name is Vsevolod Poliakov. In the past 10 years, I worked as a tech lead, team lead, head of infrastructure, and more interesting, as a product marketing lead / CPO in few startups. Now I'm back in engineering, and I want to share with you one of the best instruments I took from the world of product marketing. It's product interviews. Product interviews are not different from the usual casual talking. The only difference is that you need to know what questions to ask and who to ask those questions, remember all answers, and draw some conclusions afterwards. Simple, elegant, deadly. The main idea is understanding. Every product should understand its customers. And infrastructure or platform or DevOps teams is no different actually. It still makes somehow a product. Only customers is developers. And they may struggle with something and you don't know about this. Or more common, like much more common, they're doing some strange things and you don't understand why. They ask you to do something non-standard or which are not like in the best practices, and something unexpected, like if it's possible to use ingress for individual pods in Kubernetes cluster, or to use GitHub Action as a runner for business logics. And you can say, I already know everything. I want to know, I know everything I want to know about developers team. I know their problems. I know how to talk with them. But here is example of average DevOps talking to developers. So if you know everything, my answer to this claim is good for you, but it's arrogant to think like this, and it didn't help you to uncover the truth. Also, it's fun to use a new instrument you never used before. So give me a chance. So here are a few useful rules and questions you may use to create a good interviews. The first rule, you are collecting the information. Do not try to answer questions or propose solutions. You're here only to collect the information. And it helps us with second rule. It's hard, but you should make them believe that you have good intentions and will not use the information you collect as a weapon. You need to understand your developers. You should ask them about life. And example, you can ask them to walk you through their everyday life, or release preparing, or how they deploy code, or like anything, but it should be a story without gaps. You may find a lot of interesting info here. It's always interesting to find out what developers think about where their problem is. I mean, it's not only developers, but it helps with everyday life just to ask where the person thinks the problem is. It's helpful. From my experience, usually it's not easy to identify a problem for a lot of people, and usually developers trying to propose a solution as part of problem description. And you should be aware of this and find which problem they trying to solve with proposed solution. As example, like problem, we need a new Kubernetes cluster, or like we need to run jobs in GitHub, something like this. And it's not a problem. It's a solution they trying to sell you as a problem. You need to find out what is an actual problem they trying to solve with this additional Kubernetes cluster, or with some additional tools. And other way to like work with this is ask about how they solved this problem previously. So if they have some problem or you found which problem they haven't, ask them about how they solved this problem in the past, which solutions they are using right now. It will help you to understand if it's a real problem as well. Usually any real problem is already solved, but the solution may be somehow ugly or something. Other angle to interview is find the pressure, because developers teams are under heavy pressure from customer support, from sales, from marketing, from product, from internal guilds, I don't know. And you need to know the motivation, the pressure. Then you will be able to find a solution to their problems. And example questions like when you get a requirement for an urgent release, how does it change your typical workflow? Or can you describe a time when the pressure from the product or sales team affected your normal work? I mean, it's a gold mine here. Third angle, and my most favorite angle, is ask them for all the examples when they have unplanned work, or if they have planned work and unplanned work. As example, if they wanted to, if they planned to have 4 hours free after the release, that means they planning to do something interesting after the release. Maybe they already plan an outage or something. Unplanned work is a mortal enemy of planned work, and it will help you to identify the problem. And especially it will help you to identify the problem which developers are not aware of. And that's actually almost all. With those simple questions and techniques, you will be able to uncover the truth and prepare like 30-35 minutes interview. From my recommendation, you should write everything down and then analyze, and then draw conclusion, and then give this interview to some other person and ask them to analyze it. Sorry. And if you want any additional details, I really recommend you a great book called The Mom's Test. It's like short book, but each word is a gold. I recommend this book to everyone. Also, if you have a time, you can subscribe to my Telegram channel Ukrops Digest, and please join our DevOps community in Slack. It's called ukrops.club. It's a HTTP domain. Please join us. We welcome everyone, and have a good day.